So, our very own Richard Spanner's ready will line up on pole position for the first of 2 reverse grid races. There's a little bit of creeping at the back of the field, but the lights are up. And we have green flag racing at Suzuka, and Spanners leads the field away from pole position. Adam Rosales in the slipstream trying to take second place away from Colin Ward. But it actually looks like Ward is up the inside of Spanners. Can he hold on to the lead? It's side by side going into turn 2. Spanners is gone out wide, and Colin Ward takes the lead as they go into the S's.
Those two have had a season-long battle. It is still continuing, but this time at the front of the grid. That was very gentlemanly of Spanners to leave him in the room there, though.
Absolutely, and Neil Singh gets himself up into 3rd place ahead of Brian Boomsma and Adam Rosales. Now, Boomsma, I'm not sure how he ended up in that 5th place spot. We saw him squabbling for the top 7 earlier in race 1, but that's going to be a very rapid car, and he's up in a very good grid position at the moment. So coming out of Degner 2, Ward still leads. How have our championship challengers gotten on, Chris?
David Hatton managed to keep it clean. He is up in 12th position. Danny Henney not doing quite so well. He is in 13th. So he's got a little bit of a gap to Hatton though. But yes, neither of them have any damage, and Derbertsberger is right behind Danny Henney. So it's all to play for. In fact, Derbertsberger going to the inside of Henney. Is he going to make a move down into the spoon corner? No, he's actually had to back out of that one and got himself under pressure now from Stephen Williams. That is a great battle to watch. So 3 of our title contenders once again absolutely nose to tail, and Tim Ellis is not far behind them as well. But meanwhile, leaders coming through 130R. It's the slipstreaming opportunities. They head towards the chicane, and it's Brian Boomsma who looks to be the man on the moves. He looks towards the inside and takes 3rd place away from Anil Singh. I wouldn't be surprised to see him up in the lead anytime soon. Already making a move for 2nd place down the front straight. He's out-dragged Spanners out of the chicane, and it looks like he could be clear of him by the time they get towards turn 1. Giving each other a wide berth as they head towards the right-hander, and it is Boomsma who goes through. So 2 places gained in as many corners for Brian Boomsma. Yeah, Collins got himself a 2nd gap ahead of Boomsma. He's going to need all of that and more, I think, to defend from the very rapid Boomsma this evening.
Just give you a rundown on the rest of the top 10. So Anil Singh now 4th, Ishmael Basso in 5th, Adam Rosales down to 6th, Lucas Raskovitz up in 7th place, John McClintock 8th. Shane Jordan 9th and Andy Flagg completed top 10. Then here come the championship challengers behind them. Hatton, Henney and Gregory Leader now splits Henney and Dobbertsberger in 13th.
And Henney is putting absolutely massive pressure on top of David Hatton. They were almost side by side coming into the Degners. Henney had to back out of it, but he is absolutely crawling all over the back of him.
This has got to be one of the worst circuits for the reverse grid races, because it is quite hard to overtake around this track. Not too many places you can just throw one up the inside, and Henney is all over Hatton like a rash at the moment.
He is. I expect him to line him up into the chicane, because he is crawling all over the back of him. Oh no, he's going to try and make a move. He's going to try and see if he can put Hatton offline, but Hatton doesn't take the bait, doesn't go defensive, so he is still right close. This is going to be very, very tight coming into the chicane.
He was almost pushing him through the 2nd apex of Spoon Corner, wasn't he? So let's see if we can follow them coming up towards 130R. And Henney, he's moving towards the inside. It looks like he could take that 11th spot away, and that was very late on the way into 130R, and Hatton was able to fend him off. So fantastic racing between the top 2 in the championship.
I think Hatton benefited there from a slipstream from Andy Flagg, because as soon as Henney ducked out of the slipstream, he lost a bit of top end, and then that gave him the advantage. But he's coming back into the first corner, Chris.
Absolutely. So it's all kicking off right in front of them, isn't it? Everybody wants to be the first into turn 1, and Flagg a little bit wide there in that grey and pink number 58 car, and that's put Hatton right on his tail. But of course, it's coming up to the S's section. There's no way through here. And oh my God, it's like rush hour at the M25 down at the S's right now. Cars all over the place.
And those two going side by side through the S's has made an absolute bottleneck behind. You got Lucas, followed by Who's that on the outside? It's John McClintock is the cork in the bottle here. 3 wide going to the Degners.
Oh, goodness me, this is going to end in tears. Oh, Hatton's been able to make it up the inside, and I think Lucas Raskowitz, he's gone off in the gravel, a little bit too ambitious down in here, so that's him out of contention for this battle now, but Hatton was able to make up a place there on Andy Flagg, and Henny, the next man to line him up. Oh, and that was John McClintock getting very out of shape on the exit of the hairpin. And now Shane Jordan trying to make his way around the outside. David Hatton tucked right up in there as well. He doesn't want to get caught up in their battle too much, I would have thought.
This is so dangerous for our championship leaders. They've got to make progress quickly through the field, but equally he's got to just keep his nose clean. He has got a car between himself and Henny, but Henny is just about to make the move on Flagg, I would suspect, here, so he's really got to push on.
Oh, God, my goodness. It looked like Hatton was about to pull out, and Shane Jordan just chopped across the nose. He's looking towards the outside of 130R on John McClintock in that yellow and white car, and Jordan has made it around the outside. Fantastic. And now Hatton once again has got Henny for close company as Andy Flagg actually is repassing the championship leader. And they're side by side. He can't make it stick, and actually that's let Henny through. But Hatton now has really got to go defensive. Henny moving towards the outside down the pit straight as they come back towards turn 1. And Flagg again going to try and pick up the spoils. Dobertsberger shows a nose as well. 3 wide into turn 1. Hatton's up on the curb. He's almost lost it. He's gone out wide. What a magnificent save. But he's dropping positions left, right and centre now.
That so nearly ended in tears and in the gravel, but he has managed to make it through. He's ended up just behind Gregory Leader, but yeah, that dropped him 4 or 5 places, and that has given Henny a bit of a run away with Dobertsberger just behind. I couldn't believe Dobertsberger showed his nose there. That was nearly 4 wide. Yeah. Crazy stuff.
I can't believe Hatton saved that. That was miraculous. So he's already trying to pick up the pieces. He's gotten alongside Gregory Leader and passing him on the way into the Degner. Very nearly dropped it again, actually. So he's playing with fire now. It's actually Tim Ellis just behind them. He goes a little bit wide through the Degners as well. So at least he's still got one of his title rivals behind him. But Henny now, he's got 3 cars in between them.
He has, and actually all of that sliding will have put a lot of heat into those tyres, so he might be starting to overheat them. So he's got
to be 4, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Gets past John McClintock. So that's Henny now up into 8th place. Tell you what, they are falling quite a way behind the leaders, actually. Up at the front of the field, by the way, Brian Boomsma has taken the lead of the race ahead of Colin Ward, but our eyes are on the championship battle unfolding in the mid-pack. Danny Henny 8th, David Hatton 13th at the moment, and Dobertsberger, another title contender, going wheel to wheel with the Imola Race 3 winner Stephen Williams through 130R. It's just a bottleneck of cars, and nobody knows who's going to make the next move.
Just to give you an update on Spanners, he just dropped a place from 4th down to 5th as Anil Singh made a move through 130R, Chris.
Dobertsberger now trying to make up another place, get himself into 9th ahead of John McClintock. He's out dragging him down towards turn 1. Stephen Williams going to try and follow in his footsteps. He makes it around the outside, does he? Not quite, just slots back in behind John McClintock there.
And just behind him, actually, Hatton has just gone side by side with Andy Flagg through the S's, and he's made it round the outside. Flagg had to check up as Williams did too, and that got Hatton alongside him.
It's amazing. These guys, they're very quick guys, and these are people who are fighting up at the front of the field, but they're too busy squabbling with each other to make it through the pack at the moment.
That's right, Chris. And actually at the front, I think in all the action at the back, we have missed a lead change with Boomsma going ahead of Ward, and he's a full second ahead. So that is a change for the lead, Chris.
Yeah, we did miss that as we were focusing on the title contenders. We've seen the championship unfold here, really, and we're at least for Danny Henny this time. He's still in contention after the spin he had at Imola a few weeks ago in one of the reverse grid races, so he is at least still going. Actually now up into 7th place is Danny Henny, and he's got plenty of clear track in front of him. Actually, he's got a good few seconds up to Adam Rosales in 6th place, so probably Henny good time to set some purple sectors, I would imagine. Dobertsberger behind him, about to make a move on Shane Jordan as well, and gets it done before they even get to the chicane. Little lock up as he went through, but he's got it done. And Dobertsberger at the moment really taking the points away from Tim Ellis, who is ahead of him in the championship. Ellis down in 16th at the moment.
I've just got a replay for you, Chris, for the move for the lead. And we had Boomsma, who did a classic switchback through the final chicane, put Ward offline as he had to defend. And then coming into the first corner, he managed to slide right round the outside. It was a fantastic move.
Nicely done. Bit of classic racing action. So David Hatton has now found himself in a little bit of clear space. He's got second and a half up to Stephen Williams in front of him. So he's now in 11th place. Got to try and drop McClintock, leader and co behind them, and get in on this fight for the top 10 positions now. I imagine Shane Jordan will be the cork in that particular bottle.
And we've just seen an incident, unfortunately. Rosales has just piled into the back of Spanners and sent him round at the hairpin. And that has dropped, unfortunately, Spanners all the way back down behind David Hatton. He's just managed to regain that, but that is such a shame for him. He's now down to 9th from what was 5th place.
Of course, our pole sitter for this first reverse grid race doesn't look like he's got any visible damage at the back of that car. He might have some floor damage, which you can't see, but certainly visually it looks a-okay at the moment. So I think he's gotten away with it.
I think it was just an overambitious or missed braking point, and you saw him lock up just behind, and then just hit his rear diffuser and just tapped him round. It was the lightest of touches.
So I don't want to say Spanners attracts the incidents, but bear in mind our incident earlier in the week as well. That's the second time he's been damaged.
You're going down that route, are you?
No.
This is the hill you're going to die on.
I'm not going to drive down that particular hill. It's got all sorts of bumps on it. Just up in front of them, Stephen Williams is making a move for 8th place, and that's past Shane Jordan. Next in the queue, David Hatton. And Dobertsberger just in front of them, lining up Rosales as well for 6th place.
All eyes on Spanners now with the cork in the bottle with John McClintock just behind him. He's got a train of cars, so it's Spanners followed by McClintock, then Gregory Leader, who's trying to make a move, with Sam Watley behind and Andy Flagg trying to get in the action as well. It's all kicking off in the mid-pack now.
And Ellis still hasn't made progress. He's still down there in 16th. Carl Power, did he start last because of the incident he had in race 1? He's up in 17th. Yep.
So wow, that's a great move from him.
Pretty impressed by that, actually, yeah. But Ellis, I wonder if he's got some sort of damage, because he isn't making progress. Dobertsberger, meanwhile, his progress is about to continue as he pops one up the inside of Adam Rosales into Spoon Corner, and that's 6th place. So next up for him is Danny Henney, now in 5th place. I wonder how far away these guys are from the podium. Colin Ward is just coming out of 130R now in 3rd place. And I cannot see Henney in the shot. So maybe they're safe for now. But, well, actually, on that last lap, Henney was 2 seconds quicker than Ward. But we've only got 1 lap left. So Boomsma has started his final lap. I haven't talked about Boomsma apart from at the start, but he's fantastically controlled this race and is on course for his first Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge victory at the moment. He's less than a lap away from victory. Ishmael Basso currently in 2nd place and Colin Ward 3rd for now, and he looks like he's a pretty safe distance away from Anil Singh. So I think the question now is going to be, can Danny Henney potentially reel him in? He was 1 second a lap quicker on the previous lap, although I don't see him closing that gap down, in all honesty.
No, he was 2.2 seconds at the start of the lap. It's now down to 1.8, so he is closing, but I think it will just be just out of reach for him come the line.
Dobertsberger still holding that 6th place spot, just ahead of Stephen Williams. David Hatton still has not got past Adam Rosales for 8th place. So maybe we'll follow this on the final lap as they're heading towards the hairpin. And Hatton again trying that classic undercut line, try and get the better exit and get him into Spoon Corner.
Yeah, and Rosales locked up a little bit, so that put him a little bit far out. So he is under pressure coming into Spoon.
Yeah, not choosing to go defensive just yet, although actually it's probably easier to defend the corner if it's somebody of a similar pace to you, because it's very easy to go very, very wide as you're trying to outbrake somebody. Hans got maybe one more opportunity. He's tucked right in the slipstream, gets himself the inside line for 130R. This could be his 8th place. But meanwhile, here comes Brian Boomsma to take his first ever Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge victory. As soon as he took the lead, he did not relinquish it. A masterful drive. And Ishmael Basso comes over the line in 2nd place. Colin Ward in 3rd place. Anil Singh takes 4th. Danny Henney is 5th ahead of Alexander Dobertsberger. And between Rosales and Hatton, it was Hatton who just came out on top in 8th place. So Rosales and Shane Jordan, your top 10. And our pole man, Richard Spanners Ready, comes home in 11th place. And we'll give a shout out to Carl Power as well. 14th from the back of the grid.
Yeah, that was an absolutely cracking fire through the field there for Kyle Power. Very impressed with that. He could well be a force to be reckoned with in race 3. It will be a bit of an uphill struggle, but he's on fire this evening.
Yeah, of course, he'll now take the 20th place grid spot. And I've got to say, actually, Ellis, because he'll be starting in about 6th place for race 3. That's got to put him in a very good position, because Henny's now going to retake 16th place for race 3. So once again, it all turns on its head.